Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hooverlux. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, assalamu alaikum, welcome to my channel. Chesh, yakshimash, howdy y'all, and hello to Australia. Australia. So what we're going to be doing today, if you take a look at this, are these silicone molds. Now, I'm not a big fan of silicone molds. We've had them in the past, haven't we? We've had cake molds and everything, and I didn't find them really successful, did you? No. So I thought I'd give this a go. I've seen lots of infomercials on them. I've seen lots of demonstrations on YouTube using these ones for pancakes and eggs. So I thought we would give it a go. Now, the reason why I bought 3 is because these weren't expensive. I got them from eBay and they were like £3 each. So I got 3 so that I wouldn't have to be cleaning them in between making them, and I'm not really sure. I've got a pack here of McDougall's American pancake mix. Just add an egg, oil and water, mix it all up and then make pancakes. Now, Crisco, a little bit of Crisco. If your husband's got scaly feet, it's a bit of Crisco. We don't have Crisco here in the UK, but I would like to try Crisco. I should have brought some back when we were there. Next time we go to Buffalo, we're going to bring back some Crisco. And then we'll do some cooking with the Crisco. Anyway, so I've got 3 of these molds to use to make the pancakes. And I'm also going to try some eggs with them. Now, one thing I have noticed, let me get the other frying pan. Just on the rack. This is a specific pancake frying pan that I bought. We had this from TK Maxx. Yeah, we had this in TK Maxx. Whereas the standard ones, a lot of people and a lot of demos that I found, they had issues. See, that one fits in quite well. If you come closer and have a look over it, you'll notice that sometimes on some of the frying pans, the side lifts up a little bit, and then you can't, and then it goes everywhere. But like on this one, I'm just looking now, it does actually seem to be sitting flat. So anyway, what I'm going to be using is this specific for making crepes, and I thought that would be quite good. But when I do that, see, the flaps lift up, so I don't know.
You just have to hold your flaps up.
I'll just have to hold the flaps up, exactly. Or do that so it stays flat on the pan. Now, the other thing I've noticed as well is a lot of people on a lot of demos, they put some oil in the bottom and then it just sticks to this and it goes everywhere. So what I'm going to try and do is really oil these a lot before I put the batter in. So first things first, before we get carried away with the cooking, is we're going to be using this McDougall's American pancake mix, like I've said. We've got some maple syrup. And these were in Asda. They were on offer, weren't they? They were £1. These are extra special free range blue Araucana eggs, and they're blue. So we're going to have blue eggs. But apparently the eggs on the inside, they're exactly the same colour, but they're just, the shells are kind of blue. So we're going to use them. I've got some oil, I've got the water, I've got the mixing bowl.
The coffee and the sugar.
And I got the coffee and I got the sugar. So the first thing it says to do, we move over to here. I have my mixing bowl ready. I have 100 mils of cold water going into the bowl. Then it says to crack in an egg. See, normal colour egg. And a tablespoon of oil. And the pancake mix. So if I take the package out, I have a little package here. This is where it flies everywhere. Nope. I'm going to have to get a scissors and cut the top of the package open. And the instructions say to whisk together an egg, a tablespoon of oil and 100 ml of water, and then add the American mix. Right, okay, so let's start mixing this up. I'm going to start adding in the pancake mix. we go. So that's all the mix in. Just going to mix this up. Turn it up. Okay, so there we go. That is the mix. I'm just going to grab a big spoon. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got all the bits from the edge mixed in. Isn't that lovely? Right, so I'm now going to move the eggs out of the way. I'm going to move the rest of the stuff away. Now I'm cooking on an induction cooker, so I'm going to use this one. So let's put it on 7 to heat up. And what I'm going to do is, I've got a plate here. I'm going to put the mold on the plate and I'm going to cover it in oil. Let me get my little brush from the drawer. Nothing like a bit of preparation. There we go. So I got a silicone. This is rubbish as well, the silicone thing. So I'm going to rub the oil all over the silicone mold and make sure it is completely covered. Now my induction hob sings, the induction cooker. So I'm going to make sure all the insides are nice and oiled and dippy, so it's all dipped in. I'm then going to put some oil on the pan. Now I did pre-wash these in the dishwasher before I'm using them, so let me just make sure that's really oiled. Pop this inside. See, it's going to do that thing where they're going to pop out. So I'm just going to tuck them. I don't think they'll do it now because they're... I'll leave it like that for now anyway. I'll leave it like that. Stay. So that looks... doesn't look entirely flat, to be honest.
No.
Let's leave it to heat up for a minute. Right, so we had a bit of an issue where the silicone was coming up, it was raising up, and like that, which is causing gaps underneath. So what I've done is I left it like that to heat up on the other side, and that seems to help it stay down. But the flaps, see, it's down a bit now, but the flaps were causing issues. So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to start spooning in some of this pancake mixture into each of the molds. Oops. Tiny bit more into that one. Tiny bit more into that one. Right, okay, so we have got, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cooking. Everything seems okay for the minute. So what we're going to do is, I've got it on a medium heat of 5. So I'm just going to leave it and we'll watch it cook in time lapse. Okay, so they seem to be done. I had a little look underneath, and I can see they're quite brown. So the next trick now, so they're stuck in there, is to flip them.
It all goes wrong.
This is where it all goes Pete Tong. Oh,
That's good.
oh, that one run because it didn't seal properly. So I'm going to put the silicone. Oh, actually, let's have a look and see the state of the silicone. So there's the silicone mold. So it hasn't stuck to it. So definitely, yeah, that's really good actually, using all the oil on it. So I think I might just leave that. Let me just get the little thingy here. Yeah, they smell really nice. That one's leaked because it wasn't sealed properly on the top. So that one's done a little bit of a running. But if I just turn these around, these look really nice. I'll just give them a few more minutes. Move them around the pan. But that's not so bad for the first attempt.
It's good.
It's just a shame that those two hadn't sealed properly on the top. Let me tidy these up. Let me get rid of this.
Oh, those are the best bits.
What, the scraps?
Yeah.
Like when you go to the chip
Crispy.
shop. Do you have scraps in Australia
No.
when you go to the chippy?
Never heard of them before I came here.
These are really nice. Right, I think. Do you reckon they're done now?
I'd give them a
Little bit
the other
more.
way, yes.
Right, let's just give them one more minute and then we'll take them off. Okay, so these are now done, so I'm going to turn them out onto this plate. They do look like little pikelets. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to leave them there and I'm going to put another plate on top. I'm going to put a little bit more oil in the pan. This silicone mold here, which is the second one, this is another one. I'm just making sure that's well covered in oil. I'm just going to check the underneath of it. So I think it is really important with these silicone molds to really lubricate them. Right, let's pop this into the pan. It's doing that stupid thing again. Let's put some mixture in. I might be able to get. Scrape the hole. Just use my little finger to scrape the mixture in. Okay. No leakage so far. I'm just going to leave the flaps in for a minute. Okay, right, let's leave them until they have all bubbled. Okay, so I'm doing it this time. That looks runny. I'm going to have to do this really quick, alright? 1, 2, 3. I think I should turn the heat down. That's a bit of a toasty one. Let's take it out. So they popped out nice and easy.
They look like a cake or something with something in the middle of it. Don't they? Biscuit or something.
Burnt.
No. Good it is.
So what's a typical Australian breakfast? Like, you know,
Chili grubs and kangaroos.
you know, like we got the full English here. What is the Australian version?
Probably the same.
Yeah, it's called the full Aussie, isn't it? Do you have the same things as you have here?
Yep.
So
Toast.
yeah.
Cereal.
No, in a full English, in a full Aussie breakfast.
Well, no, not really. You don't tend to have that. It's
No?
just you'll have bacon or you'll have sausage or.
But when we
you'll have
went
eggs. You don't
there,
tend
it's
to
sort of
have
like,
them
you know,
all together.
they kind of like, they've coined this full
I
Aussie.
think that's just for tourists. I'd
Just
never
for
heard
tourists.
of it before I looked
Hmm.
into them, and mind you, that was 20 years ago nearly. So
But you still sound Australian.
no, accent neutral.
You sound as Australian as a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit American. Right, so let's see how these are doing. Do you remember when we were in Buffalo, when the woman, I asked for butter and she couldn't understand me? It took me 3 attempts until the end I just said butter and then she understood what I was on about. That was funny.
I think she thought she said it was better.
There's butter? No, it's not better. I want butter. So what we're going to do next, our next thing, is our eggs. We're going to try it with eggs. We will see how that goes. Right. I will finish them off and I'll come back to you when they're done. Okay, so I flipped these. Oh, oops, we lost a bit there. And these are now done. So I'm going to put them with the others. Oh, they smell really nice. Whoa, it's alive. Look at the mess I've made in my lovely clean cooking hob.
Scrubby scrub.
Scrubby, scrubby. Right. There we go. Lovely. Cover them up. I'm going to wipe out the pan very quickly because next we're going to do eggs. Now, Hubby Lux does not like his eggs with a runny yolk. I personally like a runny yolk. I just don't like a runny egg. The white has to be cooked. It has to be, I can't be doing with that. I just can't be doing with it. So what we're going to do is, I've got a bowl here and I've got the eggs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 4 of the eggs as scrambled and 1 of the eggs is going to be just put into the center to cook. So what I would normally do if I was making sort of like omelette thing, I would add some milk. But I'm not going to do that because I want the eggs to kind of remain more solid, if you know what I mean, and not so runny. If that makes sense. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Pepper. Salt. All mixed up in the bowl. So again with this I'm going to the silicone mold. Really cover it in oil so that nothing will stick to it, fingers crossed. Famous last words. Okay, so that is saturated now in oil on the insides of the molds. I'm going to pop it down. Oops, the 1 egg that I'm going to put into the center, I'm going to pop it straight in like so, and I'm going to pop the center. Now this is possibly not going to be good because I can see it's already started to run out there. That side is not staying in place. It's lifting up. Don't burn your finger. And I'm going to pour some of the eggy mixture see it's leaking out a little bit. Just keep your finger down. These are a nice. This is why I don't like silicone. I'm just going to keep my finger down a bit until it seals.
It's not run too much.
No, it hasn't run too much, no. Okay, let's take our finger off. Right, okay. Disaster! Right, so it's running up there. I don't like silicone cooking at all. I don't find it. To be honest, remember we tried those. I know. Remember we had those molds for making circle eggs in them, and they were running out as well. But they don't. When I worked at McDonald's, they didn't do it. I think it's because it was cooking on a big hot griddle. So as soon as the egg hit the hot griddle, it pretty much sealed itself in. Let's turn this up a little bit. Turned it up to number 6. The centre one is just taking forever to cook. Let's see if I can just... Take it up a bit more. Right. I'm going to turn it back down to number 5 and I'll come back to you when they're done. Right, so I have put a lid. Luckily, this glass lid fits on top of it, thinking that it would cook them a bit more.
Yeah.
It's definitely helped to keep the heat in. But this one's still runny, this one's still runny, this one's pretty much cooked. So we're going to have a little bit of a mess. It's going to be a bit of a squishy. So let's flip it over. So if I get rid of the craggy bits, yeah, I'm just going to chuck them out. So you will see, that's not too bad.
No.
But I definitely think putting the lid on kept the heat in, so it helped cook the top. I wish I'd have done that from the beginning. Yeah, they look really nice now. Right, just going to flip them over. We'll have to get English muffins, and we've got
Cheese.
we've got the American cheese, sliced cheese, and the pork patties. Yeah, we got from Aldi. So we'll have to use the pork patties, and then we can make sort of like our own sort of like McMuffins. But I think we'll do them like this. That'll be alright, won't it? Like that, solid, just like the way they do it in McDonald's. Right, okay, I'm just going to give these a few more minutes now, just a minute or so, just to cook on the top. Okay, so the eggs are now cooked. Lovely. And the plates are prepared. So I'm just going to put... That's hubby's.
No, that's Dorian's.
Turn off the heat. And here we go with our extra special maple syrup. Just a little bit. And for hubby Lux's. Right. Let's taste it. So I'm going to break off a little bit of the egg, a little bit of the pancake. Bit of syrup. The pancakes are nice, but they're not as they're not very fluffy. They're not dense, don't get me wrong, but they're a bit more like a pikelet rather than an American pancake. I don't know. Oh, it's hot. So anyway, so there we go. That is using the silicone molds. For making the pancakes, I definitely think that's not too bad. As long as you like do what I did, absolutely smother it in oil when you pour the mixture in. I think that will help stop it from sticking, as you saw. The frying pan or wherever, I would just sort of like depend and see which one you got, and if it starts moving around. The next time I do it, when I make the egg McMuffins, I will try it on a different frying pan and see if that helps. But so for the American pancakes, definitely a success. For the eggs, not too bad. It wasn't too much wastage on it, but again, lots of oil on the silicone because it will stick to it like a doodah. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Please comment, like, and subscribe below for more videos. And I'll see you soon in the next episode. Bye, y'all.
Bye.